Okay. We absent. خب just as we have part one of the speaking, we have part two. يمرز about part two companies, and hope we'll just have a short look at part one of the speaking as well. Well, in part one of the speaking, there is first of all you the length of your speaking should be normal. Anna? It means that if I'm not too long and not too short. So
Yes.
the other thing is that you have to explain the reason. Explain the reason. Well, for example, if you just have a look at the question book, in here there is the bracket. In the bracket
Yes.
this is reason why. So basically هنا why ايش مبسوط ما ناخدش ما دليل بوجي. You have to reason. For example, they how often they wear jewelries. You should say, well, I wear every days. I wear, for example, 2 days a week, or every Saturdays, or every Saturday night, or every fortnight, twice a year, 3 times a year. And the reason is
Yes.
that because it gets old, it gets maybe dirty, or maybe it gets robbed, or security is not good. I'm afraid people might steal that. So this is the reason, isn't it?
Yes.
So always give the
Yes.
reason. And the third thing is that please start generally. Start generally things, dear. Let's see. And start generally. For example, if the question is that what type of jewelry do you like best? You could say I like different kinds of jewelries, like necklace, like rings, and for example, the one you hand, the one which is for the wrist. Yeah, there's in my country especially, we've got lots of them. But the one that I like is a ring. We've got different types of jewelries made with rings, and they're very significant. They give different meaning to us. So you call it like start generally. Okay? The other one is relate question. همیشه آخرش را ختم به سوال بکنید. مثلا ما قبل زدم I start generally, then I talk about different kinds of ring, the ring I that the jewelry I like. آخرش ما چی میگم؟ آخر جواب خود بیاد. Yeah, that's the reason. That's the jewelry that I like. And that's the reason that I wear jewelry. So connect بکنید. And the other one is please use linking word to research. For example, you could say, when do people like to give jewelry in your country? Well, that's a good question. In my country, people give jewelry every 8 days, and that's 3 times a year. We've got Eid Qurban, we've got the other Eid, and we've got the other Eid. So I forgot to say. So just tell all these things. What does it mean? It means that you use linking word. Well, talk about your childhood days. You could say, wow, about my childhood days. I was like, wow, it's on a hoodie, wow, linking word, isn't it? Wow, linking word. يا سلام, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, it's a linking word. Ya salam, for example, such a nice question. A nice question give you time to think. A linking word. You know is a linking word. Let me speak is a linking word. And you know, or for example, or to be honest, all things are very nice words that you have to sort. You have to use in the beginning. Am I clear about this one? Nice. Am I clear?
Yes. Yes.
And the other thing is that you should translate things in English. Translate things in English. Misal Turpar, for example, I'm saying that I like different kinds of jewelries. I like, suppose, angushta. No? So, Misal Turpar, for example, we've got different kinds of. I like Eid, Eid Fitr, Eid Qurban. Then you have to tell them in English. For example, well, we've got Eid Qurban, which means that there are people make sacrifices for the sake of God. And we've got Eid Ramadan. Well, it's Eid Fitr. Well, Fitr is a kind of gift that we give to the poor people. What parts of describe good city, good parts of your city? Well, we've got different kinds of we've got beautiful parts in my city, but the most one is Bandar Karaga. which means Qarqa Lake, and lots of people come there for enjoyment. Is this clear distance? How do you say that?
Yes.
Initial experience mora volleyball.
Yes.
Now let's go to the main.
Like as you know, actually these are
Yeah, actually,
like
all I like about Zarifa's speaking, she's using all the time. Actually, don't say actually; it's actually. Okay.
okay.
Yeah, and I hope that you don't forget these things and tell them. And inshallah, I'm sure that you will have good score. Another thing is the other thing is والله مثلا حتى شوية من speaking خذ بالك شغال كذا شيء جوج مثلا كي
Mhm.
would you play football مثلا كي yeah I
Mhm.
would يعني مثلا could you play football yeah I could يعني مثلا for
Mhm.
example did you play football yeah I did then you explain them yeah then you explain more. Am I
Mhm.
clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
We've got part two of anticipation. Now in part two, dear students, as you know, you've got 1 minute thing, Anna. You've got 1 minute
Mhm.
thing, and then 2 minutes, 1 minute on Newton with the metonym, and then you have got 2 minutes to speak. Now, any strategy used before? Hmm?
Uh, for the part two, at first you should think about the question which is related to the notes.
Mhm.
After that, you should organize your answers, like what you should talk about first, and second, third, and conclusion.
Mhm.
After that, you can start. One thing that you mentioned before about part two, uh, the speaker should go and introduce generally about the topic, like TV program. Like there are many TV programs like sports, um, like other program and health scientific programs, but you should specify the program which you like.
Mhm. Mhm. Okay.
And yeah,
Mhm. Yeah.
and the most important point is that you should in two or the by giving during the giving time you should summarize or conclude your speaking
Mhm.
before finishing the time.
Mhm. Good, 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 good. That's about what do you think? What strategies you used?
I think at first we should make like a topping sentence. We should just we should describe the program,
Mm-hmm.
and then we can come to the next questions. There are details, and we can give the details.
Mm-hmm.
And at last, we can go through the last question as a conclusion.
Okay, thank you, dear students, dear students. What we do in part two is that we've got many best strategies. Okay, the first thing is that how to take notes. Well, in 1 minute, dear students, as you know that we've got double each question and here like double each question.
Mhm.
What, when, what, why,
Why, who?
who. So what you do, dear students, or how you can do the things is that you can simply branch out even. How do you branch out? For example, if you write for example the main topic or what okay the TV program you watched about science topic. You just simply write TV show on the program same TV show science or like science and mission just fix science interesting TV show. Now you say for example what was the topic? Well, then you can say for example when you can say for example what you learned
Why?
and learn from the theory about science topic and explain where you found this problem. Now in here, dear students, you just write all the established question, then you give your answer in very shortly in 1 minute. For example, what? Well, I can say, for example, about animal extinction. When you last night learning, you can say importance of animals' life, importance of animal lives. Why? Why you found this interesting? Because it added me. It added knowledge. It added knowledge simply. This is how you branch out to them. Am I clear, students? This is simply this is how you take note. You branch out them. You just plan out for yourself. از خاطر شما به یک نوت بگین اگر فایده نوت چی است؟ هیچ لازم وقت شما رو میگیره. خب شما چیکار کنین؟ نوت بگیرین و از نوتتون استفاده کنین. یک نوت بگیرین به طرف چیزی نکنین فایده نداره. Richard told me why they are bringing this question type, because they want you to have to talk about all of them. What does it mean? It means you have to talk about all of them. If you don't talk about, for example, you don't talk about these why things, you will lose mark. If you don't talk about what things, you will lose mark. If you don't talk about when you watch this TV program, you will lose mark. But the order doesn't matter. You can say about the time first, then you can say about the reason first, then you can say about what. Order doesn't matter. But the thing is, you do not miss any one of these things. Okay, this is very crucial for you.
Yes.
Now, how to do them, how to say the things. Well, I've got the best idea. We've got many good strategies. What's the first strategy? The first strategy is that you start by one. You start like this. I am going to talk about an interesting science topic program, TV program that I watched. Well, the next time, second you start generally. Second, you do what? You start generally. Well, I liked lots of different science programs, for example, about animals, about scientific discoveries, about coronavirus, about health, about global warming. But the one that I liked was about the actually animal extinction. Well, in animal extinction, how do you define it? Well, animal extinction, define it. Animal extinction, it talks about that how animals are being extincted through different means, how animals are being dead, how animals are being killed. Well, most of animals in that TV program, I showed that most of animals are killed because of their skin, which is very actually expensive, or because of their bones, which is very expensive, like elephant, or like wolves, where people are, or tigers, where people are making clothes out of their skin. And second thing is, animals are being extinct because there's no food for them. Like we can say, like big animals, like for example, lions. Lions cannot hunt anymore. Or for example, like bears. Well, bear خرسای قطبی دیگه خبر نگازتش خراب استنی. حالا یخی درگاه سر چی میشه؟ یعنی glaciers are melting down. یعنی یخها تمامش آب میشه. و اونا they don't have any place to go. As a result چیکار میشه؟ اونا تمامش بین میره. Well, and I watched that program last night, and I went there with my friends. نه تنها انتم مستقیم انتم بگوین نه بلکه یه مثل داستان. You can make it like a story. Okay, then you can talk about, well, yeah, I watched it last night. يعني انت نكون يمكن يا دبر يكش قاب زين باز دقيش نه you can make it like a story. Even you can start, for example, why watch as why should we make it like a story. Well, what a nice day last night. What a great moment last night. I was just with my friends and went there. Well, it was a cinema. I went with two of my friends who are very social. So we went there and we watched that documentary, and it really helped me. So you can make like a story. So you have to be a good lawyer in here as well to add some more things to show off your English language. So what's the first thing, students? What's the first method to say it? The first method is to make a story. Do what? Make a story out of it. You can just lie to them. Make a story. Story you're making it. Just make good impression as well. Just for example, add some exclamation marks as well. Like, oh my gosh, the animals are being dead every day. So this is how you just make a nice story out of it. The first way. The second way is you can divide within two parts. But it means that you can talk about science shows about this topic, one in the past, one in the present. Sure. Masalan, well, I was a child. I remember I watched a TV show that was about science and that was about climate changing, which was really interesting to me. I didn't know that thing. And I was with my father and he used to give me lots of other information as well. إني كلنا نرتموميزي در تمام موردی گپ میزنین اما هر واژه‌ای که بزنید دوباره پاس چه کاری گذاشتن انجام داده بود. خوبی طریقه است که هم گرامر خود نشان میدن شما، هم واژه انگلیسی شما زیاد میشن دوباره کلیش گپ میزنید. یکی دیگه چی میکنین؟ در همین تاپیک عشق دوباره گذشته پاس گپ زدید. دیگه دوباره پرزنت. well یکیش مثلا گفتین my childhood من کار کردم. دیگه میگم مثلا the present. Yeah, it was for example today I did that thing. Or maybe in the future I will do that. حتی میتونم بجای present future گپ بزنم. In the future I will just watch that movie or I intend to watch that movie. Why? Because it's interesting all this and all that. Am I clear?
Yes.
Right, طریقه سومش yes students. طریقه سومش the best easy thing is that you talk about حالا البته کلی شروع کنین در کلی چیز استفاده بکنین. I'm going to stop. در طریقه سومش چیزی که مثلا میگه که I'm going to talk about TV program that I liked. Well that was for example last night من رفتم. بعد چی کار میکنی؟ بعد این استراتژی استفاده میکنی که هر سوال رو میخوانی جواب خود میگی. سوال رو میخوانی جواب خود میگی. سوال رو میخوانی جواب خود میگی. حالا میتونی خیلی حتی این رو پارافریز کنی. میخوانی بازر جواب میگی. مثال I'm going to talk about an interesting show that I watched. Well, it was it was about animal extinction. That was great, and I learned lots of things. Well, what science topic? What science topic this TV program was? Well, yeah, it was about the animal extinction. It was nice. It was about wolves specifically, that they're being killed by people for their skin benefit. And when I saw that, yeah, it was actually last night. I went with my friends and we had lots of things and we watched it. It was so interesting. Also, what do you learn from this TV? Well, there is lots of things that I can learn from the TV, but the most important thing that I learned is this topic. Now, explain why I found this program interesting. Well, it's interesting because of this blah 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 thing. Am I clear about these things?
Yes.
So this is very nice and interesting techniques. حالا هر سه‌ایشی هر کدومایش که پیش شما بسیار راحت بود استفاده کنید بهترینش است. به نظر من آخرش بهترین است که شما مثلا هر سوال میخوانید بعد جواب خود برش میگید. یعنی تو هم از پیش شما سوالا نمیمونه. هم نمبر خود میگیرید، هم صحبت میکنید، هم دقیق شما کنید. هم پارافریز میشین با نشان میده که مثلا شما اول پارافریز میکنید بعد جواب خود میگید.